everybody, what is going on? Welcome to Regular Josh 1. Please take the time now to hit that like button in this video, and if you're new, subscribe. Man, has the past 2 years been quite a ride for many movies. Because of the pandemic, many movies that were slated to come out in 2020 were either delayed to come out this year, or even later than that, or they were moved from having a theatrical release to premiering on some streaming services. This mainly happened with some animated films like Sponge on the Run, Scoob, Trolls World Tour, and most new Disney releases. Movies are still being released on streaming services today, but now some of them are also being shown at movie theaters again at the same time. In a way, things are kind of going back to normal. Well, almost. Enter Hotel Transylvania. I'll be honest, I never really watched any of the sequels that came after the first movie, and I think I only saw the first one like once. So when it comes to the franchise itself and my opinions on it, I don't really have much to say about it. However, that does not take away the fact that this movie franchise has been fairly successful. It spawned 2 more theatrical movies, and it even had an animated series. Another thing that was unexpected to me was the fact that it also got a 4th movie. I think it was earlier this year that I first even heard anything about it from seeing the trailer. Seeing as how the 3rd movie came out in 2018, I thought that was going to be the final movie, but no. This is. From what I was able to see from the trailer, a new invention that can turn humans into monsters goes awry, which causes Dracula, now played by Brian Hull instead of Adam Sandler, who you can find on YouTube doing a lot of voice impressions, and some of the monsters to be turned into humans, while the one human character turns into a monster. They have to find a way to return back to normal before this all becomes permanent. Now, this one is actually kind of an interesting premise to me. I think it would be funny to see these characters trying to navigate this strange new predicament. I also find it pretty funny that we do see how some of the monsters look like as humans. It did kind of provide some funny moments there. Still, would this be a movie I would see? Probably not, but I do at least find it interesting. Now, the movie was slated to be released in theaters on October 1st, just in theaters. Well, we're currently halfway through October now, and there's no release. What gives? Well, apparently, the movie has been delayed to next year for some reason. I would think that October would have been a great time to release this movie. I mean, it's the month of Halloween. Hello? Whatever. It's delayed now. So we'll just have to wait a little longer to see the movie in theaters, right?
Wrong!
Instead of going to theaters as originally planned, Hotel Transylvania, Transformania, is going to be released on a streaming service. Amazon streaming service, to be exact. What exactly is the reason behind all of this? What was the reasoning for the delay? I mean, don't get me wrong, the movie has moved its release dates multiple times. I mean, first it was going to be released in theaters in December of this year, then it was moved up to August, then moved back to July, and then moved back to October. Now it's going to be released in January of next year. The reasons for these delays, at least the first 3 delays, were mainly because of the pandemic. Since things were looking like they were heading in the right direction, that's why we were most likely seeing them moving the premiere up, hoping for a summer release, since theaters were opening up again. However, since we then began to take a huge step backwards with cases beginning to rise again in June, they moved it back to October. Now, October, I would think, would have been the perfect month to release this movie. I mean, Christ, Addams Family 2 was released in theaters on the 1st of October, and also released on streaming services as well. Why couldn't Hotel Transylvania still open around that time? Oh, it's because they didn't want the movie competing with Addams Family. Okay, all right, it makes sense, I guess. Who thought it was a good idea to make this movie exclusive to Amazon Prime Video? I don't think it would have been any better if they put it on any of the other streaming services, but what was the reason here? There is literally no reason that I can think of right now that prevents them from still premiering it in theaters. Yes, the pandemic is still going on right now, but we haven't gone back into a shutdown, so there's literally no excuse. I find this to be crazy because they don't realize how much they really screwed this movie over. I don't know how much hype this film had when the trailer was released, but any amount of excitement for this movie has most likely been slashed big time, because not only do you have to wait even longer to see it, but it's going to be inaccessible to a lot of people. I mean, they could have at least still have the movie go on Amazon Prime Video while also releasing it in theaters. I mean, it's possible that they still could in the future, like maybe another change could happen when it comes to the release of this movie, but as of now, it's only gonna be on Amazon Prime Video, and I just really don't get it. I guess the pandemic is still having a big impact on the box office. I don't really know how many people are even going to the movies anymore right now, compared to how many of them are watching on streaming services. It seems like some movies are still making good enough profits, but is it enough? Real question is, do movies make more at theaters or on streaming services? I'm honestly pretty curious about that. Either way, if you guys were looking forward to seeing this final Hotel Transylvania movie, you're just gonna have to wait a little longer and have Amazon Prime Video. Really good move, Sony. Anyways, what do you guys think about this whole thing? Should the movie still be released in theaters? Are you looking forward to watching it? Let me know in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and hit the bell to be notified on my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, you're hearing it from a regular bunny in a regular world. See you next time.
Baby.